We already know what Trump will do on environmental regulations and corporate tax cuts, but one thing that remains unclear is what he'll do on student debt relief, if anything at all. Student debt was not much of a hallmark campaign issue in the 2024 presidential election, as it was in 2020. As such, it's not explicitly clear how Trump plans to approach it. He hasn't made any indication he's interested in forgiving student debt and has called some of Biden initiatives vile. It's all but certain Trump will refuse to cancel any student debt, but some debt relief advocates are concerned his administration might also target the relief programs that Biden and his administration implemented over the last 4 years. The most significant change could be if the Trump administration nukes the SAVE plan, a new monthly repayment structure that dramatically lowered monthly payments and cuts interest accumulation. A group of Republican-led states filed legal challenges last spring. In August, the 8th Circuit Court of Appeals issued a nationwide injunction blocking the program while the litigation continued. The Trump administration could repeal SAVE through the regulatory process, but this may not be necessary. Last month at a key court hearing, the 8th Circuit panel seemed inclined to strike down the SAVE plan. If that happens, the Trump administration could simply choose not to appeal that ruling to the Supreme Court, allowing the 8th Circuit's decision to stand. A ruling could be issued at any time. Public service loan forgiveness, the program where borrowers who work in the public sector for 10 years and make payments along the way could have the remainder of their balance forgiven, could see significant changes. While the core structure would need a full congressional repeal, modifications made by Biden to expand the program could be modified or completely eliminated through the regulatory rulemaking process. And then, of course, blanket forgiveness for students who attended schools that misled applicants, that could be gone too. Schools like, Trump University. Cenk, do you think he will cut these programs? I mean, this could also result in millions of Americans having much less discretionary income.
Yeah, first of all, Biden played it exactly wrong. Even people with student debt relief found him unpopular on this issue because he half jumped off a cliff. If you're gonna go from one side to the other, you gotta make the full jump. And that way you at least get the credit from your side, right? And then you're willing to take some of the downside from the other folks, right? But instead, he did it half-assed. So a lot of people who had student debt, in fact, 90% of the people who had student debt never got any relief. So then they were mad at Biden for not delivering on his promise. And he did it in a way that he knew that the courts could strike it down, and he started late. So he did it almost exactly wrong. In terms of what Trump's going to do, he only mentioned it once during the campaign. And interestingly enough, he didn't criticize them for proposing student debt. This is really interesting. He criticized Kamala Harris for not delivering on their promise to do student debt relief. Nevertheless, very, very likely what they'll do is kill student debt relief. Because Trump and the Republicans historically, and in his first term, represent the rich, the corporations, their donors, and they don't represent the average man at all. They're fake populists. We're gonna get to find out, but my guess is they'll be like, student debt relief? They didn't donate a single dollar to us. Screw them, screw the average guy. Let's go help our donors again. Jules, what do you think?
Yeah, Jake, I mean, this is somewhere where I totally agree with you. And it almost feels like ridiculous to be trying to figure out what is Trump gonna do about student debt. Clearly, zero forgiveness. I think anything that benefits the debt holders, banks, anybody who's invested in student loan, I think they're called slabs. Anybody who can make money off of the student debt crisis is going to make a lot of money. No money will be forgiven. I do think he's going to gut all of these programs. And I also think that he's probably going to raise interest rates on the debt that's already owed. I think anything that can hurt the average borrower will definitely be done. That's where I stand.
Yeah, we're all going to get to find out, but his track record, not so good. Thanks for watching The Young Turks, really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.